Warning: the following video may have language that some viewers may find offensive, and others are already offended. Viewer discretion is advised, but not really. No animals were hurt in the making of this 4-hour feature film.
And we're off to the races
We
now.
are off to the races. So I do got to say thanks, Rose, for being my guinea pig today. For trying to see if we can do this. Because, like I said, I was telling you kind of before we went on here that the whole idea is to, this is kind of where the show's going to go. We're going to probably end it pretty soon with Rogers. Got a few more episodes coming up that we're going to be videotaping. One I'm pretty excited about is the St. Thomas Airport going out to the flight school, and we're going to learn about if anybody wants to get their pilot's license.
Oh, very interesting. Isn't that just wonderful?
We should see about getting Dan out there.
We've been in a plane.
Yeah, but has he ever flown it?
Pardon me?
Has he ever flown one?
Yes, actually, I can't remember his name. He used to own a big drugstore. Ron. He took myself and Dan up for a promo for United Way back in
yeah, okay.
'94.
Yep.
And he actually gave Dan some control.
Oh, did he really? Oh my
Yes,
God.
it was very interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
so we flew around all of Elgin County and along the lake shore. It was really great.
Awesome. Awesome. So we do have somebody just logged in saying hi, and it was Sandra Budd.
Oh,
And
yes. Hi, Sandra.
Yep, Sandra's
Thank
in
you for
there. She
coming
says
in.
she
Yes.
says hi, waving a hand. So
Yeah, I worked with her dad at Kmart.
oh, did you?
Yes, he was security.
Okay.
Quite a lovely gentleman.
Awesome. Awesome. So
Yeah.
Sandra, can you type in there and just how's it playing for you on your end? Is it choppy? Is it cutting in and out? Are you hearing everything okay? Does it sound okay? This is a very first test run. We're gonna try and see how it goes. So we need people that can log in here and tell us how we're doing. How's it sounding?
Absolutely. Right?
We got Rose Gibson on the phone, so she's from the St. Thomas City Council, the Legion. Oh my God, where have you not been? Or a part of?
Jail. They don't do bail in jail anymore, so I haven't been there yet.
Oh, the Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. It's quite a lot of work, and they just don't have the volunteers to really set it up, and they do other great fundraising events. So.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah. I've been a part of jail and bail, but
Mm-hmm.
well, I haven't got anything back yet from Sandra, so I don't know if anybody else is actually seeing this or what happened. If it's cut out on any end, it says that we're still live.
Well, let's see what happens.
So I'm hoping, but anyway, let's carry on. So one thing that I did find interesting, Rose, as I was kind of playing around getting ready for this, I typed into AI about St. Thomas.
Yes.
And I said, can you tell me about St. Thomas, Ontario? And it was actually, it wasn't a very long thing, but here's what AI says about us. And it says, St. Thomas is grappling with rapid population growth, a resulting shortage of commercial land, and an ongoing high housing and affordability issues, while also addressing homelessness and mental health through a people-first approach. The city is also managing significant infrastructure projects, including the Fairview Avenue Bridge removal and widening projects on Highbury Avenue and Highway 4, and faces ongoing challenges related to downtown commercial viability and ensuring equitable growth amidst a booming population growth, and land use. That's what AI is saying about us.
Wow.
So I guess Kathy said she's watching. Kathy Jackson, I am watching, but it does cut in and out. Yeah, I kind of wondered that. I did kind of wonder that. So I think if I'm going to do these, I don't know how I'm going to get the internet back into this room or upstairs. Kathy,
Huh?
if you are actually seeing this right now, how bad is it cutting in and out? Is it really bad? Like you can't watch it? Let me know. Anybody in there
Yeah,
watching? Um,
right.
so anyway, that was what AI was saying about us right
Hmm.
now. So it was kind of a
So
unique
in
thing.
regards to AI there, let me ask you the question. Is there something there that popped out that kind of surprised you?
You know what really did surprise me was the about the homelessness and
Yeah.
about the city through the people first approach,
Hmm.
and that it was already recognizing us as kind of being a leader in that. And there is a spot as you go further down the list, and it comes up to homelessness and mental health, and it says St. Thomas is taking a person-centered, housing-focused approach to address homelessness and improve mental health and addiction support, which it aims to use as a model for other cities.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
We're visited. Yes. And we are visited quite often. Last week I had some friends in from another community. I don't want to say because you don't want to put a municipality against a municipality, but they were truly amazed. We didn't have people sleeping in businesses' doors. This is like 2 in the afternoon,
okay.
right?
Well, I
And
will say we've
you
seen
know
a
what?
lot less of that.
I didn't hide the fact that we do have people who do decide to stay on the outdoors and live that way. I did take them around to the areas where they tend to hang out a little bit, and we have those police special officers, constables that go around and they kind of move them along and try to convince them that we do have a place for them.
Yeah,
They just need to accept the help, right? And it's
yeah,
unfortunate we just can't say you must go. Um, and 40 years ago we were able to say that when people had issues and we had a place for them, and we don't have that anymore. So
yeah.
my biggest fear as a council member, I don't want to have provincial health care coming in on tax dollars, on property tax dollars. That is not our place. Um, our place is to work with anyone that wants to come in and has like Indwell or the YWCA or any other agency who wish to help out with those scenarios. Definitely, the city is willing to step up and give a helping hand
Hmm.
to see if we can help out somewhere, whether it's permits reduced, development fees to be reduced, or finding a place where it's a place for them so that they can have services provided to those who are seeking it.
Well, I had yesterday. No, sorry, Thursday. I did a taping for Rogers, and I had Andrew Lawton in, our MP,
Yes.
and we had a great chat, and we actually started. We touched on the topic of this, and we got a little deeper into it though too about the bail reform
Yes.
and what's happening and the frustration that's trickling down and even all through the police and the actual police officers. And when Kyle Johnstone, the Elmer police chief, was in, we talked about that.
Yeah.
About his job on trying to keep the officers motivated and not get into that, why do I even bother? And this is just a big waste of my time because they get the call or they stumble upon certain people. They take the time. If there's an arrest made, they handcuff
Yeah.
them, they book them, they take them to the police station, they do all the paperwork. And with Andrew, we touched on it. He talked about the bill that was brought in by the government that is the catch and release. Basically, it forces the judges that they have to release the individual as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So if it's not, a I guess I'm going to say like a murder or something like that, where they can keep him in.
Well.
But it seems like we've seen some pretty drastic, arsons, and the person's back out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Right.
getting the government, the higher ups, to
Mhm.
change, to recognize that this isn't working, and they got to start keeping them in. But now Andrew said, but where do we put them? The jails are already
Full.
way overdone. Like
Yeah.
they're so full.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to get into building. They got to start pumping money, and I mean it's money. Money will get you anything, as long as you got it.
as long as we have it.
Yeah. So,
Right.
all the
Yeah.
people,
So
I see that in town too. There's lots of things I'd like to see in St. Thomas too. And Kathy says it's not horrible. I'll continue watching. So it says it is cutting in and out a little bit. I'll keep you posted, she says. And
okay.
then she says better now, and she says hi, Rose.
Oh, hi, Kathy, and
So
thank you for joining us.
yeah, that's awesome. Even though
Send us a question.
she's only 5 floors up above me here, so she's not very far.
Oh,
So
very good.
I'm glad
Yeah.
she's up there though, so she's not down here. She'd be bugging me and
Mm-hmm.
probably doing really weird things to me off camera.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, Kathy, I had to. So yeah, I'm glad we've got some people tuning in here anyway. So
Very good.
yeah,
Yes.
if you've got any questions, Kathy, anybody,
Yep.
Sondra, if you're still on there, let us know.
Yeah.
Send
So-
Rose if you got a question in there for Rose. Let's go. It says we only have 2 viewers right now, so hopefully we might have had a lot more that were waiting, but we just couldn't get online. So I'm gonna have
Right.
to work on that, Rose, I guess, and I may have to transform the room upstairs that's right by my router to handle something like this.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. So
Well,
all
your
right.
building is really thick brick, right? So
Yes.
it
Yeah.
does a little bit of hindrance, I'm sure, for connections. So.
Okay. And Kathy says she's gonna get me back, so she will. I know that. Kathy, I accept everything with steep tea, 2 milk, 2 sugar, right? So I'll stop if I get a steep tea.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so also on this AI thing that I was talking
Yeah.
about, Rose, it talks about the rapid population increase here, and it says that the city is experiencing significant population growth, and it's projected to more than double by 2051 due to the incoming Volkswagen battery plant, which is expected to bring a massive influx of jobs. So, I mean, if we're talking a double by 2051, so
Right.
26 years from now, whatever, we're talking another 43,000. So
We could. Yes.
2051, we
Absolutely.
could be looking at close to 90,000 here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's so hard to fathom right now. Like
Yes,
to get your
right.
head around that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know something, Tony, when I was talking to an individual who's in Toronto, and they can remember when, well, they couldn't remember, but they can remember their relatives talking how their community at one time was only 30,000, and within 50 years there were over 110 or 20,000, and that they felt that they've lost their small community, but going so large so quickly, and they felt uh, when they stayed in the neighborhood that they remember, they felt that that closeness. So
Yeah.
I guess the motto is if you if you lived in a neighborhood most of your life, that's the neighborhood you stay in. You feel comfortable, you go visit. Or try and stay and live in the area and try to keep that small town feeling.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but we get people that move across Canada, and we lose those connections too, unfortunately. And
Yeah, we do.
I can feel some of the anxiety myself when I'm out and about, and I go check out some of the new uh, developments, and I'm thinking, wow, I don't even know if I would ever even think about coming out here. But if you're coming from Toronto or Mississauga or Brampton or something, apparently it's a homey feeling, and that's what they're looking for.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
And we have. Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so the AI, if its thought about us is when it talks about downtown viability, and it says there's also a concern about the health of the downtown core. Now, I don't know what our up-to-date stats are. Maybe you can enlighten me on this, but it is saying with a 7% vacancy rate and a need for novel ideas to create infill and revitalize commercial activity. So what is our vacancy rate downtown? Has anybody ever mentioned that? Like, do you know at council?
Not yet. I haven't. I don't think we've ever had a percentage number, but
Yeah.
7%. I know I heard about a few other communities. We're all struggling. We all have our difficulties,
Mhm.
and they're much higher than we are. I'm not too concerned at 7%. I think if anything above 7%, I would definitely be very, very concerned. I do think at one time we had 7%, and it was in the 80s, and I think it was just after the Elgin Mall opened up. They were really
Oh, because everybody
looking at
wanted to
the
go out there.
numbers. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the mall opened up in '75, and I think it was '75 or '76, and then a few years later, they were getting concerned with the downtown viability, and that you know,
Yeah.
we were lucky. I think it was what's the name of that group that does the wood carving and all that? The Home Builders Association. They came up with a motto, 25% better. It wasn't the city that came up with that motto. It was
Oh,
Home
okay.
Builders Association.
Was it? Okay.
25% more in St. Thomas
Yeah.
because they realized the economy was starting to slack down, and I think that was the year they started promoting that. In regards to revitalizing the downtown St. Thomas core and bringing people to St. Thomas because we were trying to make it look more of a family community once again instead of a bedroom community.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with the introduction of big box stores and everything, I mean, in our generation when we grew up, it was big deal to
Right.
go downtown. You'd park
Yeah.
wherever, you'd walk the streets. You went to so many different stores, and that's just the
Yes.
way it was. And we always loved going to
Right.
different, if it was Radio Shack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite store when growing up as a kid was Consumers Distributing.
Oh my
Loved going to
gosh, yes,
Consumers and
right.
filling out the card and looking in the catalog. And
I still have merchandise from that store in my home.
oh, do you really?
Yep, from 19 was my birthday in '77 and Christmas of '77. I received gifts from that location, and I still have both.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so
Right.
cool.
Um,
Okay, so how many gifts did you ever regift? Huh? How's that? Here's a question. Come on, I'll spill it. Did you ever regift a gift?
yes,
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Have I done it to? Well, you know something, I do it mostly with my family than more than I do to strangers. I'm guilty if I do it publicly, but if I do it with my family, I have no guilt with my family because 9 out of 10 times it's like 5 years later and they're getting it back.
Okay. It's almost like what's that? There's another old term. You don't hear much of it anymore because
Yes.
I don't know if people say it's not politically correct. I don't know. I don't get into this politically stuff, but the term Indian giver. So
Oh
I give
gosh.
you the gift and then I want it back.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've had an incident like that at our Legion just recently. We we were gonna toss out an item, and I offered it to somebody else, and they said, "Yeah, absolutely, I can use that."
Yeah.
And then it's been a year and a half, and I said, "You would by chance have that item?" Because I hate to say it.
Well, could we have it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were kind enough. They actually passed it on to another community organization that could have really used it, and I'm
Oh.
thankful for that.
That's good.
So.
Yeah, no, that's all right that way. But I found, I don't know, it felt so weird after when my mom passed in January, going back up in June, and a couple of the photographs and stuff that I had bought her, that she had them hanging in her bedroom, and I brought them back,
Right.
and it just felt so weird, I bought them, gave them to her, she loved them, she sat and looked at them, and then we put it up on the wall, and now they're sitting in my living room floor right now because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. But it's just kind of weird that you buy something, you give it, and then it's back.
It's
now.
back at
It's
you
back.
later.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
It's a full circle.
Yeah, that's right. It has
Yeah,
gone full
so.
circle. So, all right. So I wanted to also touch up on something here quickly,
Okay.
because I wanted to talk about the Legion. Now,
Yes.
we were talking a little while ago about people that have come up, and I've had it myself, and you were just telling me a recent story that they've lived here for 10 years and didn't even know we had a Legion.
Yes.
Like, I still get amazed by that. I've had people when I talk about Remembrance Day services, or whoever I'm
Yeah.
talking to, and they're like, well, where's that take place?
Yes. Yeah.
and I don't want to be nasty to these people, but I'm like,
Yeah.
where have you been?
Right.
Like where do
Yeah.
you not go out or associate or anything? Like
Or even Google.
Google, yeah. I sometimes live too much on Google, but
Yeah.
I have a kick. I get a real kick out of Google Maps. I'm always typing in addresses and checking out
Oh, you know
things.
the
Or
weirdest thing? Apparently on my street, I have a B&B somewhere. Oh,
oh,
but
is
we
it
don't.
really?
Yeah,
Really?
but we don't.
But you don't. Oh, okay. So it's somebody's put it in there though as one.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think
funny.
someone probably did it for for a couple months or whatever, and then now
Yeah.
they don't do it.
Oh. So Kathy says we're all froze up again. So
Are we?
yeah,
Oh well,
that's the way it goes. So
darn. Well, hopefully,
well,
um,
I'll
we
have
can
to work
carry
on
on
it.
and
Yeah, I'll work on it and see if I can get it going
yeah,
again.
for
I mean,
sure. Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is going to be. It's probably well, the answer is going to be doing it upstairs. I know that, but it's just yeah, where am I going to do it? Might as well just do
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Do it in the living room or something. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but
Hmm.
we'll figure it
Okay.
out. I'll have to figure out when I'm going to do it. All that kind of
Well,
stuff. So
it would be something if when people go back and take a look at it, that its full conversation is there.
yeah, hopefully. Well, I think even when it freezes, it's going to record it that way too. So.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'll have this is all recorded on the audio, so everybody can still they'll be
Hear
able to. I'm going to upload that part,
Yeah. Okay.
and everybody
For
will still
sure.
be able to hear it actually as an
Right.
actual podcast.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
so I am really looking forward to doing this so that I can call people like all over, all different kinds of people. Right, I don't have to get them here. So I can call our mayor and get certain updates. I can call different counselors. I can call
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Topic coming up. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, we can just go on here. I don't even have to do it as a live broadcast. I can just, once a week. I thought about every Saturday or something doing a broadcast.
Right.
But I don't have to do it this way. I can still set up, record, and then just publish the audio podcast to it.
Okay.
And I can build them that way. So, I mean, it's been third season now in Rogers, and I think we're up to 30. Well, it'll be 35 episodes by the if I call it up
Since
that.
the
But
first one. Wow.
yeah.
Was I
You
your
were on
first
number. Yeah, Tom was the very first, the pilot,
Oh,
and
the
you
very
were the
first
very
one.
first show.
show? Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
So
Yeah.
Tom was
So-
my test guinea pig back then, and so I've also got, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do video. I'm still going to do videos and that. It just probably won't be on Rogers anymore.
Okay.
It'll just be on the channel because I do have the ride along with Elmer that we're going to do yet.
Oh, very good.
And we're going to take 2 nights. I'm hoping for like a Friday and Saturday night, and do like a full shift with them and just record the whole night.
Very good. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
So Kyle's the chief's all in it. He said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I'll set it up with him, and we'll show
Nice.
what small town policing, but
Yeah.
what they're seeing too, right? And kind of Andrew Lawton and I touched on that on Thursday. Andrew talked about when he was in the media, had his show in London, and when they were
Yeah.
talking about drugs, homelessness, all this stuff, that it was a Vancouver issue.
Yes.
And he said now it's a London issue, which now it's turned into a St. Thomas issue, and Elmer is now seeing it, come to them. So it's trickling to every little community.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
It's everywhere, right? But it's just, and we talked about that, and with what happened in the States, horrible with Charlie Kirk and the
Yeah.
assassination of him, and how
Right,
he
yeah.
was, trying to really change the next generation, the younger ones coming up on about using words and debating. And debates
Right.
are great. Like you can do it. I've said eventually when I do these live casts, I'm going to have it where hopefully I can take live phone calls. And but typing or phone calls, whatever, the moment it gets nasty, it gets name calling or anything. I'm that's it. You're done. Hang up. Bye bye. See you later.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
won't I
Yeah.
won't put up with that, and there's no reason for it. I mean, there can be a lot of people that don't like what city council's doing, but It doesn't give anybody the right to personally attack. I don't. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to stoop to a low level like that. You can disagree. You can get mad, but you have to be civil.
Yep, exactly.
Right? And
Yeah.
and Andrew touched on that. We talked about that, and that's what, Charlie was in Utah, was at that university, and he was talking to that campus about doing just that. They have a lot of the shootings that have happened about transgender stuff, and we've seen it up here with the fighting going on and the name calling, transgenders, and all this other stuff. That what happened down there can easily happen here.
It can happen anywhere,
And
absolutely.
in a heartbeat, it can happen. And somebody, obviously, I think there's a lot more into this than what we know yet. Now
I'm
that they
sure
finally
will,
got the
Michael.
young guy that was the guy that pulled the trigger. But these live events, and I said to Andrew, when you're going to a community event and you're posting it like 2 months ahead that you're going to be having this rally or you're going over here, that gives a lot of time for somebody to go to those places and scope them out. They get to see the layout. They get to plan their entries, plan their escapes. So there's a lot of things have to change. Social media has really, I don't know, it's awesome if used correctly, but it has damaged us so much too.
Right. So I had to slow down. Earlier this year, I was posting everywhere I was at, what I was doing, and I hadn't had anything violent, but I certainly felt uncomfortable in a few situations.
Have you?
And so now as most people will notice, if they haven't noticed, I don't post everywhere I go with my friends anymore, because my friends are my friends. They are not counselors. They are not politicians. They are my friends or my family when they're with me. They don't need to hear things that shouldn't be said to anyone. And I'm with my friends. Yep. I know I'm a counselor. I should be available. People feel I should be available 24/7. But when I'm with my friends or with my husband, you need to be respectful that I'm with them. You call me, you text me, you make arrangements to meet me for a coffee. But I don't mind the question. But when you start being a little just untrustworthy, when you start making suggestions or saying things that probably shouldn't be said to any individual, I don't feel embarrassed. I feel scared, and it has shunned some of my friends to stay away from me a little bit. And
that's
I don't
no good.
blame them. I don't blame them.
No, I don't blame them either. But that shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
that should not happen.
I haven't had to take any. Yeah, so I haven't had to take anything to police or anything. I haven't had it that extreme.
Yeah.
But again, it's not called for.
Hey,
it's just all about being civil.
The mayor's wife not too long ago was on making a post about this exact thing, and actually had mailings right to their own residence. Like, people knew their address, everything. I don't know if she's actually ever had anybody knock on their door. I'm trying to think back to that video of that, but it was very unsettling for her.
Yeah.
Because our Mayor Joe he's not home all the time. I'm sure he's away more than he's ever at home. So people really need to, if it's city related, you take it to City Hall. You can email you on your business email, whatever. You can call City Hall, leave a message. You can go to City Hall, but once you're off, that's. I mean, you're never off because you're a counselor, you're a politician.
And I get that.
But,
I don't mind it when they come up. They're nice about it. They want to do a quick chat, by all means. But don't start raising your voice, shaking your finger at me or towards my friends when there's no need for
I've
it.
seen stuff already that council's gone through that really disappointed me. I was like, no, that's not where I would have went you know,
Mhm.
but it's a democracy, right? So it's things
Right.
go to a vote, and if it doesn't go the way you want, council doesn't make certain decisions that you want, but well, you know what? That's why you have elections.
That's
if
right.
if you're upset
Exactly.
with the way things are happening and the people that are doing it, well, then you need to, you know, not
Yeah.
vote for them. And then you get people, well, I don't vote anyway because what a waste of time. Well, then be quiet.
Yeah.
You know, you have no right to talk. If you don't go out there and
Mhm.
vote, I have no reason to sit here and listen to you.
That's right.
You had
Yeah.
your shot. If you did vote, great.
Yeah.
You know what? Then, but you got to be civil. Like, I mean, there are things going on in this city that, oh my God, I so wish that we could do or get on, right? But
Mhm.
just sometimes it doesn't happen that way. And
Yeah.
I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of things. I mean, with the other people, and I have friends in the Grand Central Towers downtown that are dealing with the homelessness and the drugs that are happening around them, and people are actually getting attacked at night. They
Yes.
can't even go and walk their dog. They're terrified.
They're
And
terrified.
and I
Yeah.
mean, this is no good. And I talked to Andrew about this, and I said,
Mhm.
and I brought it up to him, and I said, you know, people, I'm getting messages myself. People have told me about it, and they said, I feel that City Hall doesn't care. They don't listen. They don't
Mhm.
give a crap about what's happening. Well, for one, City Hall can only do so much. It's not like City Hall can just round everybody up and get them out of there. Um,
Right.
I
Yeah.
said, Andrew, what can people do? And he said, he's taking this to Ottawa now. It has to boil right down from the federal government,
Yep.
from the laws, the bail reform, this whole thing that's going on. They have to put more um, emphasis on the victims and not these perps that are doing all this stuff and
Yeah.
giving them the get out of jail free card. That has
Mhm.
to end. I mean, there's no other way. Myself, I mean, the Grace Cafe, the Inn, I mean, they do a service that is amazing.
Right.
It absolutely is amazing. Do I personally think it's in the wrong area? Absolutely.
Mhm.
I absolutely hate it in our downtown. I think that just destroyed our downtown when that happened. But their services are needed, and I'm not knocking that.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I said
Yeah.
to Andrew, it's location, location, location. It always seems to be that's what's always the thing. It's where do you put it? No matter if you were to, I know Earl
Yeah.
Taylor, counselor, brought it forward. Steve Peters
Yeah.
backed him up, still got defeated. But
Yeah.
it's
So
still, but when it brings it to the forefront, it gets people talking.
that's right.
And
Yep.
this is the whole key, right?
That's right.
It's to get it in the thing, get them talking. I understand. Okay, so what do? You take the Inn, you take the Grace Cafe, you move them.
Mhm.
Where are you going to put them?
Where are you gonna put them?
And then
And,
when you do move them,
yeah.
everybody in that area is going to say, "Well, like hell, I want them here.
Yeah.
Why are you putting
And
them in my area?"
yeah.
So
And the other problem with that is by moving it, um, anyone that is homeless, um, they're not gonna they're not gonna walk to get a meal, right? Their home is downtown,
yeah, yeah. Well, I
unfortunately.
know the
And
services are all down there, and they,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there
But
are,
even if you move the services to another area, right?
yeah,
They're gonna start sleeping in your doorways
yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not gonna walk. Or if you say, well, here's transportation to get out there, they're just going to shake their head, no, 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 because they're not going to be willing to leave. Unfortunately, they have carts and they're hoarders. That's part of their mental state that happens when you don't have anything else.
Well,
It's all
yep.
about survival. And
Andrew MP Lawton mentioned the biggest thing is when we're dealing with this situation is institutions are
yep,
not the answer.
yep,
And there are a lot of people that shouldn't be institutionalized, but they shouldn't be on the street.
hmm
So
exactly,
they got to have some kind of drug rehabilitation. We need more of that.
right,
Those
right,
programs for them to get in. You have to
exactly,
be. I know you have to be compassionate. There
yep,
are those that choose to not go in and get the help
exactly, yes,
because their mental addictions or whatever are so strong they can't even
hmm
see reality
yeah,
or the
yeah,
help that's being offered. So how do you reach them? So
right,
they don't necessarily should be institutionalized, but they need to be placed somewhere that is getting them the medical help and interventions that they need.
That's right.
So it's
That,
such a hard thing to process.
and it is, I have a family member right now who's suffering mentally, and now realizing, we're thinking now he has cancer, but he lived in a woodlot for 4 years.
Yeah.
My family member lived in a woodlot for 4 years.
Yeah.
He had a friend that was kind enough to let him stay, and then he got a little worried about him and had to ask him to leave, and now he's living here in St. Thomas.
Wow.
But he sits outside all day, all night.
Wow.
He will go in the house. He'll have maybe 15 minutes to get a tea or coffee, or he'll run in and have a shower and back out the door. You're lucky if he sits in the house 15 minutes.
Yeah. So he's not an indoor person at all.
Nope, and
No, he
he suffers drastically with mental health. He will not see a doctor, and it's really, really hard. It's starting to play on my family now, because now we fear that he has cancer.
Yeah.
Like my other brother, he's showing significant signs, weight loss because of it, and he hasn't been able to eat for 5 months. And you just can't, 40, 50 years ago, you used to grab him by the arm and throw him in the institution and get the help, but you can't do that anymore.
No, I know.
And it's not, kudos to anyone out there who has a family member and you are letting them stay with you, because I'm telling you,
that's a big job.
Pretty. It's not pretty on the streets for anybody.
No.
And I know a couple of them. They're not addicted to drugs. They're not. They're not mentally incapable.
Yep.
But they're living at the end.
Yeah, and that's just because of today's world. People they just don't have the funds.
They don't have the money. In fact, one resident just recently got a place. 3-4 months. They kept them separate from the other members the other residents that were staying there, and because they don't do drugs, they don't do alcohol, and they are on some tax.
Has to be so scary for them too.
Yeah, it was very scary for that person, and because they saw a world that opened up their eyes, and they just thought, wow, right. Yeah. And it's all because this person lost their place to renovation.
Wow. So, renovictions.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's so illegal. I don't know how they're allowing this. I can't get over it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but now they have a place, and we're very happy for them. But there's a few others that I know that they live in a van all spring and summer. They go to work part-time. And they have a membership at the Y. They have a shower in the morning and the evening. They do some of the exercise programs there. They sleep in their van and go to work the next day. Wow. They've been doing it for about 6 years now.
Jesus. Yeah.
So in the winter months, they go to one of the motels here. So they just can't afford the rent. So what they save on money in the summer, they use to pay for a motel.
When you dive into all this and you look deeper into it and what's happening to people now, man, do you ever realize how lucky you are? Yeah. If for those of us that have housing and all that, but how far really are we away from losing all that? If a major, say you took a major stroke, something happened, and the money wasn't there, like you had sick benefits, whatever, not going to cover much.
Nope.
Where would you go? What would happen to you?
And you're short, but within 30 days, you're short for your rent and everything. And that's when they start handing you the paper. You're short 30 days, you're out. So now where do you go?
Yep.
Right?
Well,
you're
exactly.
Walking away.
Yeah.
You're walking away.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I know. I'm through it here too. So.
And when you talk to Danielle at our social housing staff for the city of St. Thomas, she'll tell you there's a lot of them that walk in. They are not addicted to drugs. They're not addicted to alcohol. Yeah. They are mentally stable, and they become addicted because of stress.
Yeah,
it's so overwhelming. They just want to they just want the relief.
Yeah. Well, they want that escape, eh? They want that
Right.
escape, and that is,
Yeah.
and it generally, especially at fentanyl, it takes one try,
One try.
and
Yeah.
that's it. You're
Unfortunately.
hooked. I can't even fathom what that's like, because
Yeah.
I've never even wanted to try it. So,
Right.
by the grace of God, I never have. I don't care for it.
Yeah. Right.
But I've
Mhm.
noticed though that with because of that drugs and what's up, but in today's world, a lot of the incidents are getting more violent,
Mhm.
and things are
Yeah.
happening on a larger scale, and it's just sad to see the people that are down in those ends of the city or where it's happening, and they shouldn't be terrified.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should not have to live that way. And
No.
so what I was saying is, Andrew, so what he's talking about is, for people, the best thing they can do is email him. You can call his office, but he likes it in email. He personally
Yeah.
told me on the podcast that he
Mhm.
will answer everyone's email if you,
Yeah.
whatever you're emailing about. It may take
Yeah.
a while, because he said, I get hundreds and hundreds of emails, but he does look at every one of them.
Mhm.
He said, email me what's happening. He says, I will take that to Ottawa. I for sure won't use your name, but I will use what's happening to you. And
Yeah.
the strength is in numbers. The more he can compile the list of what's happening, the more power
Absolutely.
he has. And
Yeah.
that's no different if you have 5 people come into City Hall at a meeting for something that's going on. And for me, the one I hate, and I'll tell you, I told, I forget who it was in here last, um, the Old Talbot down by Jumbo.
Yes.
That road is just disgusting. It is the
It
most
is.
horrendous road, right? And God, I get sick every time I go down that thing. And I think, what an embarrassment. Like an
right.
absolute embarrassment.
Yeah.
But if only me and 3 other people come in and yip at council and say, I want this fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Right.
we know, like it's going to be coming up, at this date or whenever we're doing the major infrastructure.
Exactly.
But now, if
Yeah.
all of a sudden you had 1,500 people coming in,
Huh?
things are going to get taken a little. It's strength in numbers. People need
Oh,
to,
absolutely. And
yeah,
that's why we always say customer service. Send your letters to call
yes,
customer service. But if you want something through the municipality, it has to be a handwritten signature,
mm-hmm.
like typed out with a
Okay,
signature and a phone number.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely. With Andrew, you could do emails, and
yep,
they account for that. But unfortunately, through municipalities, it has to be
yep.
a handwritten letter.
But they
So
can
for
call
those
customer
who are hearing,
service.
so customer service, absolutely. But if
Yeah,
you want that Talbot Street or we're up on the hill there, the old Talbot,
yeah,
everyone start writing your letter. I want to see that street fixed.
yeah.
And put your name and your phone number on it with the date that you're sending it, and you hand it in. You either mail it in or hand it in. It
Okay,
cannot be emailed.
okay.
Um,
Wonder why they don't do that.
pardon me?
I wonder why, though. Email is just the way it is today. I just wonder why they
And
still kind of old fashioned.
it doesn't come in official, right? It's not for, if you want something official, if you want something done officially, that's
Yeah,
what you
just
do,
I
right?
don't know.
But if you want it just for data, by all means, send it in customer service if you
Yeah,
want it to be part of a data,
yeah, yeah.
because we do data now on everything that comes under customer service. I don't know if anyone understands that or not, but through customer service, it
Yeah.
gets a work order, so someone is accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, there's keywords that our staff picks up, and they put it in a category of what's going on in the community, and then we use that as part of the surveys.
Yeah.
So when we send out a survey, we already know where some of the stuff is going to be said, but we need the
Okay.
data to prove that back up, right?
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I think
Wow.
we're going to have a couple more surveys coming out in the next couple of years, and I really encourage you to do the surveys. If you can't do it on an app or on your phone or computer, there is hard copies at 5 locations throughout St. Thomas. And by all means, you can call a counselor or email a counselor and say, could you drop one off at my home?
Okay.
Absolutely. Why not? We do it when we want you to vote for us. We drop off pamphlets.
Yeah.
Why are we not? I know I'm a very busy lady. I might not be able to do it personally, but I certainly can get.
But you can get it there to them.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. And Andrew's very good at answering. I had a few people complimenting him on responding back to their emails. They were actually quite surprised how quickly it was.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's only the start. I said, give the gentleman a couple more years, and it's like thousands of emails.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I told him from the start. I've been watching him. I mean, what I've seen so far, I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, there's been a lot of people riding him pretty hard, and I know he's got quite a controversial past. We talked about that, and you know, there's stuff, but you know, I don't really personally run by a lot of people in their past. It's what are you doing today? What is your outlook for the future? You know, I know we've all got stuff in our past. So I am the last one that can criticize anybody on their past, let me tell you. But
right? And myself included, right? Because you know,
we all do.
A couple weeks ago, when Earl brought in the wanting to move the another designated area to move the inn, I voted against it.
Yeah.
My reason being is because I know it's going to cost more than $1 million.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know is because when we were looking at doing a new Legion, we had enough money before COVID to have property and build a new Legion.
Yep.
And you know, that was just under 400,000. And then after COVID, they came up and said, "Oh, you need another $1.5 million before we continue on with the talks that were before COVID." So
awful.
And that's just a straight, simple little Legion. And so can you imagine trying to build a facility that Mr. Taylor was asking for, and which we really, really need in this community to serve not just St. Thomas, but Elgin County? I mean, we're looking, you know, millions of dollars, and then you have to get permission to see if the provincial and the federal government are going to siphon money down to keep the nurses and doctors in there.
That's it. But there was one thing you just reminded me of that night when that was before council.
Yeah.
I don't know I think it was Gary Clark. I think it might have been him. There was one of the counselors though said, and I really, really liked it, was they didn't like the fact of putting it back to city staff to look into this. That if a counselor, two counselors, three counselors want this, they go out and do the legwork. Yeah. They go out, get all the information, track down all this. Don't put it back over to the city employees.
Right, exactly.
Right? And I thought, you know what? That made a lot of sense. So I mean, I give Earl all the credit in the world for coming forward.
Absolutely. And he is right. We do need that.
Well, we do. And Steve came forward, and Steve has been on the record for a long time saying how many years he's lived downtown area and never really had any problems. But for him to step forward now, I know he's been seeing a lot of stuff going on, right? Yeah. And he's probably had a lot of people come to him. So he's stepping forward. But you know what? Great. Like, this has to be looked at again. We got to get more into it. But I was really, and the counselor that said that statement basically was saying, hey, I'm not against this. I'm just against the way that this is being proposed. And we're not going to put this towards city staff. It's not fair to them to go back and look and spend all our money now on them diverting to this stuff.
Right.
Well, if the counselor, I mean, I'm sorry, but if I'm on council and I want to bring something certain to you guys, I'm going to try and do as much legwork as I can and research on it. So when I do approach, here's my facts. I'll lay it out basically, and that's the way I go. And that's the way I've done for the Legion. When I ran for past offices, I just go on my past. Here's my plans. This is what I want. Here's what I've done in the future. You guys make up your mind. I'm not going to, I am not slandering somebody else. I'm not going to, if I was running for mayor, I'm not going to talk about how bad Joe was or how bad our past mayors were. No, that's done. We already know what they did or did not do. Here's what I'm going to do. Or this is what I'm going to try to do. You know, and I'll run on that. So that's my theory on it. But I just for some reason thought of that. I had to bring that up. That it was.
No, it's a good topic because a lot of people missed the meeting on it and didn't see the write up in the paper and understand what was said. It's work that's been done before. We already know. And the city of St. Thomas, really, we are the footprint that some of the stuff that came out at AMO that we have already done and have been doing for 5 years. And so they've taken some of the key items that we've been doing, just not this council, but past council, just the last council, and we've in placed them. We defer some permit payments, and the development charges are lessened. We can't take it away. We're not allowed to, but we can certainly lessen the development charges. But even then, we have to make sure that when we do that, we're not going to put your taxes up at 6%.
No, that's right. I know.
Right?
I know they all.
We can only do so much. We're willing to do a lot, but the answer, like Joe has always said, the answer is no. But what can we do to make it happen if we can?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think was it no? The answer is always yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. The answer is always yes. Now, what's your question?
Exactly.
That's
right?
what I think. That's what it was that Joe was saying, and it's like that's pretty cool, right?
And we'll
so
definitely give you an answer. But
my question, and I've already said to Joe, so my question is, can I have a coupon that gives me 6 months of free hamburgers?
Well, here's one.
And then he always says no. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Joe. That's my little dig. That's my dig at Joe. That's it.
Right?
So
So
I love Wendy's.
So if anyone's hearing this podcast, that's where I stand with the shelter. I do fully understand both sides of the realm.
Yep.
I've my own personal life. We've had issues with my family and friends, and I get it with all that just construction.
You know what it boils down to, Rose?
I work downtown.
We need upper government to send more money. They got to cough up more. That there's no other way. They got to change things. It's got to change from higher up.
Yeah, it has to come from higher up, and and when you open up a facility, you have to have an agreement with provincial and federal that the doctors and the nurses are going to be paid, so that you don't have to pay out of your pocket. So that comes under OHIP. And they make that decision. It's not up to us. And just like when Indwell, for instance, when they do their work here in the community, they're supported. It is based by a Christian, and that's where they get their money. They don't get anything from federal or provincial government. It's all donations or from their church. Right. And it costs millions of dollars to run that kind of a facility, and they really wouldn't be able to do it without the help that the city gave them. Yeah.
Okay, listen, we're going to get out of here. It's been 53 minutes, so it's gone a lot longer than I even thought we were going to go. But I just want to touch quick. So with the Legion, I know it's getting into the fall, so we're going to be getting close to Remembrance Day. We're going to have a Poppy campaign coming out.
Yes.
I'm sure you're probably going to have a Halloween, some kind of dance or something going on. Like, do you guys got anything on the plans for Halloween for the Legion?
Well, starting on October 3rd, I'm having this flying brooms at Witch's End, and that is a contest for the best decorative broom. We have first, second, and third prize. We have we're going to have a mini trivia, so it'll be prizes for first, second, and third for the mini prizes for that. Okay. And then we have the readings from 13 Moons, Debbie Axford, and she's going to do them by donation. And then we have live entertainment for the dance. So if you're wanting to join us, October 3rd, doors open at 6. There's food all evening catered by Why Not Cookies. And
you don't.
A ticket.
Membership's not required.
Pardon me?
Membership is not required.
Not at all, never.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of people that still think you got to be a member to go down to Legion. You do not anymore. The membership only now. The membership is if you want to run on a committee. You can even volunteer on committees that are doing events and whatever. You can still help. You don't even have to be a member. You can still go and volunteer. If you want to run on executives, if you want to become more active in that way and have voting rights and everything, that's where you need your membership.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you don't even have to have military background now to even become a member. Not like it used to be.
Not
So,
like it used to be. Yeah.
yeah.
And our Legion in St. Thomas is now open till 9 p.m. on Thursdays,
Okay.
and it's game night. You bring
So,
your board game in, bring your friends in a board game, play, come in and
oh
play.
yeah, how's that going? You get people coming in?
Our first one we did very well. Our last, the one just passed, it was very slow. But hey, you know
Yep.
what? Something
Well, it
new,
happens.
and people have to get it into their agenda to
Yeah.
make that
I
change
think
to come out.
what we talked about years ago, the one that was so popular, the horse races
Oh,
that they
yeah.
used to do way back.
Yeah,
And
that's going way
that'd be-
back, Tony. Oh my
yeah.
God, that was excellent, right?
I know,
Those were
I
the
know. So many
days we
people
had.
still talked about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
darts, pool, all that there.
Yeah.
People can come down, cheap drinks, come down, have a
Yeah.
pint, and yep,
And I have a trivia coming up
cool.
on the 18th.
That's
We
no good
have,
for me.
Friday night.
No good for me. I'm no good at
Oh,
trivia.
sorry. Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay.
Unless you send me
Okay.
the questions first.
Yeah.
Give me time to research. I'll Google it.
Right? And
Yep.
of course, we have our meat draw every Saturday. We have our mega meat draw coming up on the 20th. What is it? On the, oh, I just lost my page here. So sorry.
Oh.
It's on the 27th of September. We have a mega meat draw.
Okay.
Doors open
Those
up
are cool.
Yep, and lots of meat prizes. Oh my goodness, I think there's over almost $700 in meat prizes. We have a
Wow.
raffle.
Wow. Is Shelly still doing those?
Pardon me?
Shelly, does she still organize the Mega Meat Draw?
Shelly's the organizer on that
Cool.
one.
Yep.
Yes.
No, she does a great
Yeah.
job. Does a
Yeah,
great
and we
job on
do
that.
Yes, and our first draw starts at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So
So
it's
get in early.
Yeah, it starts early, and
Okay.
yeah.
Get in there and get your
we're
seat
starting-
before Bob McGinn gets in there and then buys all the tickets up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way to
Okay.
go. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, Rose. Awesome.
All right.
I so appreciate this. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
you're
know if
welcome.
we were actually still broadcasting or not. It says we are, but I guess we'll find out. But I
Okay.
still have all the audio, so good first run. I'll probably just do it
Okay.
upstairs from now on, just so that I know it's going to be the way to go.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for
until I
sure.
actually
Well,
get a
you know-
guest in, that's going to be the
Right.
hard part. Maybe I'll have to
So
do
you-
it in my office.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just
Okay.
I wish I could have done it here. Maybe I'll talk to Roger, see if we can get an internet, some kind of Wi-Fi booster put in here in the social room.
Oh, that'd be a good idea. Then
Yeah.
you could do a few other things, like your electronic bingo or something.
I'd like that. Yeah. No, don't get me all excited for that now.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
I'm gonna-
you're-
I'm going to try something here, and you know our little tune that we have for the Full Monty podcast.
Oh my
So
gosh.
here it comes. I'm going to try this,
Okay.
and yeah. Oh, there it is. It's playing right now, Rose. When I talk, it kind of goes quiet. Oh, there it is again. So, all right. I'm going to let you go, Rose. Thank you so much, okay? I'll talk to you
Bye.
soon, and we have to do this again.
Absolutely. And thank you for all the listeners out there. Let us know how we did, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank
All
you,
right.
Rose.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, I'm
Bye.
going to end the video here. So thanks, everybody. Take care, and yeah, we'll work on this. It
Okay.
is a, there we go. So I just ended that. So it is a work in progress, Rose.